I wanted to give, Jeff kind of touched on it, but give a little background for those of you who are visiting or watching online about the work we've been doing in Guinea-Bissau. I first went to Guinea-Bissau in 2017, and I was on an exploratory trip. Another missionary I know invited me. He knew about Charles and Kita, and that Charles was one of his students and was trying to establish a church in Kita. Kita is a very dark region of Guinea-Bissau. It is very, very animistic, and many, many times I've encountered demonics, witch doctors that are trying to put curses on us, just the whole 9 yards. We've cast out and delivered many people in those ministries in the 8 or 9 years I've been going there. We went there and we started the school because of the human trafficking, the child trafficking. These children you see behind me and in the halls, they're children I all know. They're children our entire mission team knows. We've ministered to them many times. And some of these children I held as babies. They would ask me to bless them as babies. And some of them, there's the twins I think the Meeks are going to take. They first came to me as infants. They had malaria so bad we thought they were going to die. And now they are thriving, they are learning, they are walking with God. And that's because of people like you and many people throughout this area that support the mission work that's going on there. We wound up building the school. We've almost eliminated child trafficking in that region because of the presence of that school. If it wasn't for that school, kids would continue to be sent to the capital for education, and in the capital they get sucked in by most of the time Muslims for either sex trade or slave trade. I could do something about that little village. And now we have 270 plus kids that are going there. I was made a tribal leader by the Papel, something that they were astonished. They didn't trust white people because I had white skin. They didn't trust me. They've been persecuted by the Portuguese terribly in the early times. Guinea-Bissau was one of the main trade outfits going out of West Africa to the United States for slave trade to the United States. So there's a heavy spiritual burden and curse in this country, and we're breaking it. We're watching it being broken. We're not going to let the enemy have dominion where Christ reigns. And we might be able to, I might not be able to do something about the entire world. He can, but I'm going to do what I can where I'm at, where God puts my feet. And one of the things I've prayed and is, God, I would go there and be a full-time missionary if you let me. And He says, nope, I need you here to do what you're going to do because it's going to be effective to the work over there. And so the better part of the ministry we do over there is empowering leadership. We want the local pastors to take ownership of what's going on. So a lot of times I'm just kind of there as a guide. I'm there as an encouragement. I'm there as someone that just loves. And when we go over there, that's the main thing we do. It's just love on people. Hear their stories. Katie will always find a baby on her hip while she's over there. Kara's got her camera out, scaring the kids away and making them cry. And Keith, he's teaching. I mean, we've all got these little roles and little things that God uses us to do. What's future for Guinea-Bissau? Well, we're going to, through the sponsorships, part of the reason for the sponsorships is it provides education for the kids, okay? So right now they require $1 a month in order to pay for this education, and a lot of them can't afford that. Truth. They don't have $1 a month. They don't have $1 anywhere. So the sponsorships enable the kids to be able to attend school without the need for payment. The other thing it does is it provides the teachers a salary. If I'm able, I get some money over for the teachers for the salaries, but they're not being paid very much. A lot of them are government teachers, and so we want to be able to vet and empower and build our own teachers to be there to teach. And they learn the Bible, they learn all the things. And so another thing it does is it provides them with a daily meal while they're at school. They're going to get nutrition, and that's a big thing over there. And the story of Maria and how we found her. She was emaciated. She was being cast aside because she was autistic. And so we're providing, Andrea and I are providing for her medical, her food and all that, but we want to do that globally. If a child is sick, we need to get them, it may be the local nurse or the clinic, to be able to get them so they can get some health and restoration into their body. And, how many times we've had a child suffering from malaria, and they give them an antibiotic, and the antibiotic requires refrigeration that they give them. They don't have refrigeration there. So working on those kind of things to help the children thrive. Beyond that, of course, we have the facilities to maintain, but the step above that is we want to build a high school in Guinea-Bissau. In Biombo. It'll be the first and only high school in the whole region of Biombo. In doing so, we elevate the education significantly. We have some high schoolers that are going there, but they can't earn their high school diploma because we're not accredited to be able to provide a high school diploma. By building a high school and having intentional high school education, we give them the opportunity to go beyond the status quo in the village. Right now, after you finish the 5th or 6th grade, you're either going to be, if you're a boy, you're going to be working in the rice fields or going fishing. If you're a girl, you're going to be a housewife raising kids or making wares, for the local boutiques. And that's it. There's no opportunity for them to go to the university there in Guinea-Bissau without a high school diploma. You get them to the place where they can get their own university degree. Now we can send nurses back to the village. We want to see that happen.